This land of ours is under attack. Time has come, we're gonna take it back. Just wait and see. Don't tread on me. I won't sit back, stand idly by, and watch the heart of my nation die. Oh, not me. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on my Bible, don't tread on my guts, don't you tread on my faith in God's only Son. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me.
This camera sucks. I'm gonna call up Micro Center on it tomorrow. Tell them, you guys, these cameras, why are you selling them? They have a serious autofocus problem. So they want me to download some other software to shut the autofocus off.
Oh, I know. That's another thing. Remember, I told you everything comes with a stupid program with it now, even with this one.
Oh, I know.
I went and I bought the cheapest one from Walmart because, like I said, I'm not going to go and get fancy shit. And then I hate Amazon. I love to go into a store, go buy it, and then get out. Unfortunately, our options got way down to, Walmart, Target, and Best Buy. And it's like, unfortunately, even those stores have got almost nothing now. You see
I know. That's why I go to Micro Center. But I'm going to call them up on this thing and discuss the problem with it. I don't want to have to download it. Why should I? It should be on the camera stuff to shut off autofocus. Why isn't it there?
Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you that I discovered this about 10, 15 years ago again. I know, here we go on another tangent. Okay, I bought drag racing games, that play on computers. They won't fucking play on our new computers. You want to know why?
Why?
One works on Windows XP and one works on Windows Vista, and that's it.
Wow.
And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? I can't put it in, can't install it. Nope, it's gonna work off an old one. No, you can't. Within your own system, you can't make it work. You can't make this plug work into that plug. I mean, I'm not a programmer, but it should fucking work without going through a virtual window. You know what a virtual window is, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean. And then I don't want to be downloading that shit right now. I don't have time to relearn that. I learned it 15 years ago. I have to relearn it again to do it. And
this stuff is designed to eat up our time and make us frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really ridiculous. Everything in life, like my car the other day, I had to change the tie rod ends because the Chinese ones fell apart at around 8,000 miles. They started disintegrating. So I'll go online to Amazon where I bought them from and give them not a 0 star and tell them they need to start buying stuff from America. Then I had one of my buddies slot my lower control arm in the lower engine K-frame, let's say. Well, the bolts I got with it, the new lower control arm, they didn't quite feel right, and he was messing up the slot, so he just over tightened it. And then I loosened it twice to move it a little bit, and then it stripped out. The lower control arm bolt stripped out. So then I call a certain place, ordered a bolt, and it wasn't quite the right bolt as the factory bolt didn't have the adjustment offset washer. So that bolt was $36 for a bolt, a nut, and 4 washers. So I had to modify the bolt and put the offset washer on it for the slot. And that cost me 6 hours because that bolt was made out of crappy metal. When I was a kid tearing front end parts on really old cars, I had never had a problem with stripping a front end bolt. But once again, the Chinese bullcrap cost me 6 hours. Plus, I got to go spend another hour and a half on the car to finish adjusting it out correctly. So because of the Chinese crap, that's going to be 7.5 hours I spent when I could be making it work. Well, it's too cold. I can't even work on the Porsche right now. Tomorrow's going to be like 1 degree in the single digits. Okay. I can't get the booth warm enough to paint anything because it's so damn penetrating cold.
Will that undo any of the work you've done so far?
No, it won't undo it. It's not going to do anything, but I wanted to finish it. So Tuesday, it's going to be up to 47. Then it's going to get back down in the 30s, but I can at least paint the cage on Tuesday.
Well, that's good. I was gonna say I just hope it didn't mess with the fiberglass because that's what you were
No, it
the whole
doesn't.
time.
But that's hard on the fiberglass going from. That's why I had to keep the heater on all night. And then tomorrow, when I go, I'm going to have to shut it off for 4 hours so I can vacuum out the ashes because it's an old style. It doesn't have an auger to dump the ashes into the lower tray where you can pull it without shutting the thing down.
I know it's like even that stuff, Steve. And then you were talking about your compressor. You know, they don't make that easy. The bolts too. They should. Here's another thing I think they need to start doing is they need to have hardware in every city, every state where they can actually make their own bolts. Go back there, and if they need to heat up their own kiln, and do you need
Oh
a blade out
yeah,
of this?
well,
We
there's a
put
place, but out here in Denver, I have to drive all the way across town.
It's a whole day, dude.
I know. I burned my day. I burned up a solid day fixing my compressor. Went to Harbor Freight, bought a motor. It was only 3 horse motor. Should have a 5, but it has 150 RPMs more. Pumps the tank up really fast, and it's not struggling. So that's cool. Then I had to get another belt for it. Then I had to auger out the holes. It's just, eventually got it working. But that burned that up. So in the course of 2 weeks, I have probably burned over 25 hours because of crap Chinese parts.
Hey, not just you. If you think about it on a mass
Oh,
scale,
yeah.
America, how much they fuck around with this, and or if you really think about it, I wouldn't buy a Ford right now because Ford they don't stop their lines for anything. I don't know if the other ones do this either, but they don't stop their line for shit. So they say,
Oh, they
okay,
got massive recalls on their Fords.
the dealership will take
Similar
care of that.
recalls. Huh?
I said they told us the dealership will take care of the you froze now. The dealership will take up all the and fix all these problems that they did because they said if they stop it for like only a minute, it gets really catastrophic for them and stuff like that. Huh? Mimi and Scotty.
Yeah, I moved it down here on my desk, facing towards the door. That's pretty sad
It
that
is.
they make something that pitiful.
They do. I mean, it's not just that, but you also know by working on it. I mean, the stopping part, the whole mask, I like it. It's just the whole, when it comes to this, oh, I forgot a screw, or oh man, this broke, or oh man, this part is a piece of shit because we decided to assemble it here in America. It might not be forged, and that's
Oh
where I
yeah.
think a tear off will help out a lot with that. Our whole I actually Detroit got gutted out again. It was in 2020 started getting prosperous again, and some of the buildings being built back in the greater areas. The
Oh
Pontiac,
yeah. Trump
Michigan
had
area.
those outside investors coming in rebuilding the city.
Yep.
And but they don't want the city rebuilt. They want to keep stuff poor. Getting back to what you're talking about, how many thousands of hours are burnt up a day because cheap Chinese crap? How unproductive Chinese stuff makes us?
America General, yes.
It's crap. Look how much time I burned up in the last week and a half
Mhm.
because of Chinese crap.
And you didn't get to wait, dude. Like, okay, I was stupid. I go, oh man, a leather coat with the wool on the inside. I'm gonna order it, $160. I fucking 6 months later, I go, give me a refund, you bastards. No, it's on a boat. I don't give a flying shit. I could have swam from China to here with that fucking thing. You didn't have to have that waiting time, is what I was talking about, Steve.
Right.
Where you have to watch it come across and you see it delivered, or oh, you have to download this app. Oh, otherwise we don't show you what your product is. It's like, oh, you fucking kidding me? You're right. And then how many lives did it cost too? Because this shitty bolt sheared or did something and caused them to get in an accident and did something.
Well, look at all the Chinese cars that are electric and their motorcycles that are killing people, especially the poor guy in the damn elevator. In China, has an electric bike carrying his battery up, and the battery ignited in the elevator, and he was trapped. He got incinerated.
Especially with those tall buildings, it takes them a little bit to get up there. I mean, it's not like the Sears Tower where it shoots up quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just they're a paper tiger, and Trump is probably making them crap their pants right now.
Oh, you remember? I think you mentioned this evening was Xi Jinping was not going there, but his vice president's coming.
Oh, really?
Mhm. Yes,
Wow. Well, that's kind of a slap in the face.
it is. But guess who's going to get the final laugh on that one?
I know.
Because we
Trump
actually,
said, you know where vengeance is? It's by everybody, by us winning, being prosperous. That's our vengeance. Because once we become prosperous, the whole world will start stepping up to the plate. And it'll take them another 100 years to take us down again if they did it again.
yeah. Well, Juan
Or
was
about 80, 60, 80 years to take us down.
Juan's
If we let them back in, which it will happen at one point.
just say Juan was talking about not letting know exactly everything that's happening right now.
Oh yeah,
Down.
there's stuff going on that we do not have the privy to whatever.
Well, no, he's saying he's going to keep some stuff tied to the chest because in case we have to do this again, we're not going to let them know because what they'll do is they'll learn from it and then move
Right.
on. It only takes what did Ronald Reagan say? It takes only one generation
To lose freedom. You know what? Yeah, freedom is one generation away of being lost.
Yep.
And it truly, truly is.
and we're seeing it. Oh,
Now look at what's happened. We've had to actually Gen Z, because of TikTok, stepped up to the plate, and they helped save everything.
They're talking about bringing it back, and oh man, watch.
Oh, it's already Trump's already got it cleared, come back, but it's going to be a joint control between the U.S. and China.
Yeah, I was going to say there's something in there. The reason why they stopped it, they're not telling us. Oh, he told
Well,
us.
you know why they stopped it? The Democrats wanted to stop it because of TikTok. It was one of the things that added to Trump's win.
Is that what it was? It was waking people up because they were blaming Trump because right now, if you look at it, it says here. I'll give me 1 second for the thing to open up and I'll show you.
Okay.
Because we opened up a TikTok and it's blaming Trump basically. But then I think Trump said, or it says that we're talking to him. Or I want to show you other than just spit out my ass information about it because I hate when people do that.
Oh yeah, we have to be careful when we're talking. I mean, if something we really speculative, we got to say this is
Okay.
speculative. Period.
Hold on. We have been. Most of the time we have been. Sorry.
Yeah, we do. We do.
That's
I
all.
don't like going out on a limb without. I mean,
When we
going
do-
out. Without,
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say usually when we do, we usually say something about like you just did this evening. You said what I feel
Yeah.
instead of that's
Oh,
exactly
I know. I have inside sources.
this is what I was talking about with
Yeah.
Gruesome News.
every time I hear someone say an inside source, I go, "Oh no, here we go again."
They're full of shit.
Okay, what's this?
This is the gruesome Newsome and the fire that happened last week. The fire might still be happening.
Oh, I think it's still burning right now.
It probably is. This is where he showed up for the art museum thing, but there was somewhere in here. I had it stopped at a perfect point where it was showing aluminum. This guy showed aluminum drizzling down, the down the street. And it's like, how in the like some of the stuff here. Like see green, doesn't make it green. Tree didn't burn, green.
I'm telling you, man, that was dew weapon. That was a dew weapon.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I mean, it doesn't hit, miss. It burns and scorches. Go looking at
Usually the fires don't spread that bad, but they started it when they knew the winds were starting. Those cars are too torched.
Yeah.
Usually the cars, they don't burn like that. They just get singed. Normally they just singe. Because if that car burned, then how come there's a green shrubbery right next to it?
Oh, I know. Would you like me to well here, let me show you what the TikTok thing is. I'll bring this off, but would you like me to show you it's showing something different than what it was earlier. Oh, I guess it came back up. Never mind, I'm wrong. TikTok came back up. That's
Yeah,
a
well, Trump said
video.
he took care of it today. He said it was taken care of. He brought it back on, got it brought back online.
Yeah, let me see if I could type in car fire while we're talking because we had a car on fire on the highway, not too far from where I live, or not too far, but I mean right off the highway. And I saw it and I recorded it, and I made sure to stay there so I could show the difference between this fire and a fire.
So what we need to do is have roofs that can change colors because they eventually are going to change the frequency with the blue. Why do you think the UN have blue helmets on?
Yeah, someone brought that up a while ago. Yeah, I know. You're right. What a coincidence, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was thinking about spraying the like if it was in California, I'd start spraying my roof, but man,
Well, if I get another house, if I move down south or whatever,
Mhm.
I'll freaking do a metal roof that's blue. I mean, blue roofs look okay.
You're right. Here's what I was talking about. The car
What the heck?
that's the car that was on fire last year. This is the earlier stages, but you can hear shit blowing up on it. I have it turned down, but
Where's this at? Around your place?
yeah, because
There's a
it's
big car culture over in Thailand right now. Big car culture.
oh, I know it is. They got the have you seen the riverboats with diesel motors?
Yeah, 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 yeah. 90 miles an freaking hour or 100 down the middle of the river.
It's cool, but
You got like the 4-cylinder with big 2 twin hair dryers on it. Woo, the guy's like, woo, he's got the type of rudder like this.
yeah, long shaft. No, yeah.
Dude, that's ballsy. I'm sorry.
No,
That's not really like a high-speed rudder system there.
I was about to say that because of the it still feel like concrete when you hit it. You'll
Oh
feel
yeah. You're gonna be skipping like a rock.
Oh, so everybody's supposed to be walking by the Capitol. I'm watching one of these shows where it's showing the military practicing for what they're getting ready to do. It's quite interesting. I mean, I enjoy stuff like that, how they're going to walk by. They have regular cars cruising by and how they're going to salute him. And because he's going from the car, he's not going to be walking. They show
No. And I watched the National Guard when Biden went by after he got the 2-gun salute from Arlington Cemetery. That was a sign right there. And the National Guard, I seen them. They turned their back on him when he drove by.
I thought about that yesterday when I was watching. I was like, wait a second, I remember these guys turning their back on him. I wonder if one maybe might do it because remember, I don't think they will. But if you remember seeing that video, or I did, of when they showed the barracks and on election night, and they said Donald Trump won or Donald J. Trump won, they all started cheering because they knew what that meant. That meant that they were not going to be forced into this World War III situation.
Yeah.
And shit was going to happen. But it was just interesting to hear that even liberals, I bet, cheered because they're starting to, some of them, not all. There's still some dumbasses that are hurrah the whole way through.
Oh yeah. Well, my neighbors that when I said hi right after Trump won, she goes like this, give you the thumb up. And then went back in the house.
I think it started getting like Dan Bongino. I got to get a shirt where it says, "Is it bad enough yet?" Because it's true. I mean, it has to be bad enough to a certain point to where people start.
Well, they're getting to the point that's like, you got to look at it. But I noticed people on Social Security and retirements because the mainstream media kept saying Trump is going to cut Social Security. So my dad kept saying the other day too. I go, no, he's not. If anything, they're going to go fix it.
He's actually
going to take the 1.6 million people that are dead collecting Social Security. And a lot of them, the senator said, are over 112 years old.
I can't believe that. I don't know. Yeah, I've heard that. There's actually stories the other day. People were going, they're collecting them still, and their parents have been dead for a while, or they're just scumbags that are, family members or others that still collect it. You're right, and it's
Or
that should be
they're
possible.
laundering, or the government like Pelosi and them are laundering the money.
Yep.
Part of that's money laundering too.
Oh, I believe it because remember it's the same thing with the campaign. They go. Remember when? What was it? It was Veritas. Project Veritas goes over and interviews guys. Hey, did you know you did $25,000 to
Oh yeah.
Blue? It's like
Yeah,
what?
that's money being laundered in through other people, and it's on the backs of other people claiming they're the, a lady that can hardly is on. She's renting an apartment. She has subsidies to rent the apartment, and she gave over $20,000. All this stuff, don't they realize there's records they can't whitewash?
Some of them don't care. Remember, we were all going to be going to the gallows. They split us off, and was it 5 districts? We got to
Yeah.
get information going. 5 districts to where they had killing zones for each one. They had human-sized 7-foot container, basically coffins that they were going to put us in.
They
Gas
had
chambers.
hundreds of thousands of them. They're still there. And what about the billions of bullets they ordered? The 30,000 guillotines? And what about the train depot, the repair building they turned into a gas unit? Remember I told you? I wish I could find it. They had giant gas pipes this big going into the side of the building.
You'll
They
find
were
it.
going to gas people too.
You'll find it. I have a lot of that Stockholm, by the way, of where, the trains. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, this is where we got to start calling out people. I'm not mentioning names, so I'm going to continue with it. There's someone talking about dumb stuff and underground facilities, and I showed him a military. It was naval military munitions storage, which each one of the train tracks went to each one of the containers, and it was spread out. I don't know how far. I saw it from satellite, and I didn't really have the Google satellite does not give you the measurement anymore like they used to on the bottom. This is so many miles, so you can measure. But anyways, they were spread apart, and he was saying that was our gas chambers to go into, and that's why what is it? Q says, "Be careful who you follow," because you could be following that jester right off that cliff.
Yeah. Well, look at all the people that charged up their credit cards, mortgaged out their houses because they believed in this NESARA bull crap.
And it's
How
never
many people got hurt? How many people quit their jobs because of it?
got divorced too. Oh, you
Yeah.
don't know shit. I'm going to divorce you. Same thing with what's happening right now too. And
What
they're
about suicide?
bloodlines going down. Then I'm not talking about the evil bloodlines, but be fruitful and prosper. God wants us to do that. And if anybody ever tells you there's not enough space here in America, just drive around. Just drive
Oh,
anywhere
when you
outside.
fly on a plane, dude, you will go for hours. You could go for over an hour before you see any civilization down there.
Oh yeah, and I prefer
Granted, it's desert, but it's so easy to pump water into the desert. We could drill down into water tables under the desert. We can flourish cities in the desert. And you know what? We can turn those deserts green. Why not terraform the desert? Why not?
to a certain extent because I'm starting to learn that there's some wildlife that needs to have some part of the desert as a.
Oh, yeah, we won't do it all, but why not terraform a lot of it?
You're right.
You know,
I'm going to
Look
start
out
off
of
with.
huh?
I'm going to start off with. I would like a house just outside of the runways of Air Force Area 51, so I could see the runway both sides. I want to have some fun.
There's a place a guy bought a church. He's turning it into. It's right off of Area 51. He's turned it into like a little resort, so people can come there and hang out and look at Area 51 at night over the mountains.
They were dicking with him for so
Oh.
many years, dude.
I discovered something else today. I'm running across this crazy stuff. So I would out in the desert, there are atmospheric conditions taking place that people will actually disappear and then reappear. And the temperatures go down to 0 and then back up again. And they do it on a regular basis. These certain areas do this. And then when you look into them with a special camera, the water, the moisture, you can see a geometrical design in there, a structure. And their equipment, okay, this is what I found out. You know why you can't sneak into Area 51? This atmospheric study place, NOAA, there's 2 of them. They have equipment so sensitive that it detects biological life as small as a butterfly or a moth.
And frequencies as
That's
well.
why you cannot walk into the Grand Canyon in the hidden areas. You can't. Oh, did I go crazy again?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
barely move. This is not going to work.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
Yeah. But
Good enough.
that's how sensitive it is.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I think frequencies too, because there's other beings that are certain ways and they
Sure.
learn this.
Well, that's why like I was telling you about the electromagnetism of the body and of the using the pictorial Hebrew on the body and the spots. Each one of those Hebrew letters have a number assigned. That number represent that frequency spot on that body. Whatever frequency, 1, 3, 22, up to 26.
Is that a part of the Rife system?
Huh?
Is that a part of the Rife system?
No, it's part of our body. That's how it operates.
I mean, is that where the Rife system came in to heal you? Was from that? Because remember, it sounds exactly the same way where Rife, where you turn to a frequency. Okay, you have parasite.
Yeah, but you have to. What they were doing was pointing that frequency at a direct spot in the body, and they knew about the pictorial Hebrew electromagnetic spots on your body. And the 26th one shows a man, it shows down on your knees, then it shows final call, final mem, not a final mem, but it shows it. And what that is, that shows a man praying, then the resurrection. That's the only spot on your body they can't do nothing with, because the resurrection hasn't happened yet. It's this stuff, and it's been around over 80 years. They discovered this. And this information actually was related to China, because this is the information that was lost. Remember, Shem took the book of herbs with him when he went to the east, because Shem was of that color, like an Asian person, but he was the most favored. So we think he took the book of herbs with him that was given to Noah by an angel. An angel told him everything in here will heal any problem in the body. And then, of course, he added, if you do not sin, you would not need this book. And they made a point tonight, too, when they were talking about it. Here, hang on a second here. Let me get the right terminology down.
Yeah.
It's the Aleph Tav body system is what it's called. And it's the Hebrew electromagnetic. Okay. So that's the spots on your body. But so these are places that you place your hands on, like to stop blood from, if you have a bad, like hemorrhaging, you actually put your right hand over it, then your left hand, and in 5 minutes, it's supposed to stop. Not a lot of pressure. And then you got a couple spots here. Are between your two knees, left and right, if you got knee problems. Right here, this deals in this area. You hold your hands like this. This deals with mental issues. So after 5 minutes, you can start feeling the frequency. Sometimes but I'm going to get the book because this guy it was on a Michael Rood show. Oh, I got to send you that option thing too. I just thought of that. The Michael Rood show. So I'm going to get a hold of them and see how to get that book. Because they said the only way you can get it is if you donate, then they give you the book. It's not for sale, but I know I can find it somewhere. Somewhere we've got it. Dang, man. But look at that. That fire did not melt the rims, did it? Regular car fire did not melt the rims. So how are those rims? Look at the tailgates made of aluminum on those too. Why didn't it melt off? You see what I mean? Go look at some of those other car fires. I mean, the California fires. Oh, that's plastic. That'll melt. But a lot of time the tailgates are made out of aluminum. Go ahead and go back to one of the California fires with the car. Yep. Look like a crazy man. Okay, those are steel rims on that car. See how now that other car fire, why didn't the rims melt? Look how much of it's gone. The deck lid melted too. It's like the rims are still there. That's a pretty hot fire, wasn't it? Go grab another picture. Another picture of California. Okay, stop. Grab another car. Look at that. They're melted. Gone. Burned away. See that whole town, how it got incinerated? That wasn't right. So you know how much the fire chief makes there? That lady, the DEI lady. I can't hear you.
You should be in that position.
Well, I'd do a better job than she did.
No, not that. That's that bitch that told you she should be in that position.
Yeah, yeah. She makes 450,000 a year.
Yeah, sorry I was muted. I didn't know. I muted when you were talking because the video played. But no, a lot of this, the aluminum, you could see it melting and not melting. Yeah, it's just interesting how it is, how it's doing it. Oh, and by the way,
I've seen a lot of burned up cars, and usually the rims don't disintegrate like that. Even the aluminum parts on the car don't totally disintegrate.
you're right. That's why I showed that fire because it happened literally like with the freeze that we have now, this time of year that it happened. Oh,
What happens when the news media says something wrong? Look at that army guy that was accused of, you know, charging people money to get, to get out of, whatchamacallit, Iraq.
oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the View where that bitch kept constantly.
Oh yeah, they get
This
sued
about,
too.
yeah, this is about Matt Gates, and
Was it
then
Iraq?
sorry, we were talking.
What was it they let that Biden pulled out of and left a mess?
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, never mind, not Iraq, Afghanistan. So some poor army guy was accused of charging American citizens trying to escape Afghanistan. He was charging them to do it, to get them out of there. And so the news media accused him of that. They just got sued for millions of dollars. And he won.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you see Trump? Trump and Giuliani just won a case too, a big case.
Oh, did Giuliani get those two black women that were cheating? Did he get exonerated from them yet?
I don't know. I didn't check into that. I just saw that
I know he had to come up with some kind of, because they were cheating, and that's still going to come out. He'll be exonerated here.
Oh yeah. That poor man, or not poor man, but that man, he, the shit that he's going through right now. But also,
they beat him up so bad. Even me, when I told Kohl's that I left them a message, I said, hey, I've been shopping you guys for a long time. You guys are retail direct sell. You guys need to stay out of the political business. And I don't appreciate you removing Mike's, the Pillowman's pedals from your store. I think that was wrong. And I had been late on a payment, but I was cleared of it, and they dropped the thing because first time I ever done that like that. They said, oh, you're fine. It won't show up on your 2 months later after leaving that message, it showed up on my credit. Late payment, balance zero due. Took 3 years for it to come off. All because I did that on his behalf.
that's another thing that's wrong with this credit shit. For example, it is wonderful and very easy to get credit when you have plenty of money coming in. Like you see all these guys giving you all this credit information. Some of them are getting $25,000 coming in each month. Oh yeah. I mean, if you spend more than $25,000 each month, you're there's something wrong with you. Or remember we discussed even 5,000 or 2,000 is plenty enough, each month to live off of, a normal person. Not everybody needs to have freaking
right. If I didn't have my debt, 5,000 a month, I could live off so easy. Seriously. I could live off of it with no problem.
You need to start living like the debt's gone, all right. And not living, sorry, acting like it is. Because if you start living like it, then you get with the Nosara crowd.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
Well, once the interest rates are dropped, but it's going to go down negative tonight again. No, it's only going down to 1 degree tonight, man. And it's supposed to snow. Oh, no, it's going down to -4.
What's the wind temperature, though? Because 3 degrees. And the wind temperature could feel like, like it does here where it's -17 or something. Oh, and I always bring
it's actually going down to -4 tonight.
Oh, yeah, we're going too. We're going down too.
So -4, it's not giving me a wind chill. Let me see if it's, no, it's not. And tomorrow is only going to be 6 degrees all day, then -6 tomorrow night. Oh, right after the inauguration, Tuesday, 39 degrees.
I know. Go figure, man. By the way,
how is that?
I know. Actually, how did they do it last year? And then remember election time? I think it was last year they did it or something like that.
We went out to election, it got super cold, but people still weathered it.
Yeah, but you're right. How does that happen, Steve? I mean, how does all of a sudden just, I know, dead nuts of winter, but don't blow smoke up my ass. How all of a sudden does it turn up? And then remember, for you, I don't know what your temperatures was. I washed my car 3 days ago, or truck, and I had 3 days to wash my truck again if I needed to, because it was that warm.
Oh yeah. Oh, negative wind chill, negative 18.
Mm-hmm. That's where we're at too. Yeah, we got icicles on our doors and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, dude. That means I cannot work in the shop until Tuesday and paint that car. So that means at 5 o'clock in the morning, I got to start my heater because I'm going to have to let it sit tomorrow for about 3 hours so I can clean it out.
And there's absolutely 0 point of investing into a better heater because you're out of it. And then secondly, when you do your stuff, you're doing it at your leisure, your cars.
Well, yeah, I do have a heater for regular natural gas, big shop heater. It's
Mhm.
almost brand new, but I got to get the jets to convert it to propane. But that heater's big, it'll heat that shop up quick. It's also going to burn this high dollar propane again, too.
Actually, to be honest with you, you're right. It's high now. I believe it's going to shoot down because it's so stupid. That and butane are the cheapest gas. They actually literally at landfills and other things, they just burn that shit off instead of capping it and sucking it up. This is where I hope that Trump gets all this stuff, going again because we need to get America off of its ass. Not just this part, but we have so many lazy fucking people. I'm sorry, but I tried to help out a family member that was young in their 20s. Not our family member, but girlfriend or family member, we'll say, to move in our house and help out with stuff. Never paid rent. Assumed that that we would pay rent and her dog would destroy shit. And it's like, and bare minimum working. Oh, and they appreciated and wanted to work for $6 an hour because they could work whenever they want to. That means they could sit at home on their fat ass at nighttime or start work at 6 o'clock in the afternoon and stop at 10 or 11 or sometimes go till 2. And it's like, you're not going to make any money at $6 an hour and hoping on tips. You might start getting more tips now when Trump comes in, but it's like,
well,
come
the
on.
problem is you're wearing your car out. You can't replace your car for $6 an hour.
Not to mention Steve. Steve, you know it. I mean, mom and I, it's a little different because we're two people are ordering a meal, but you order a meal, Steve. It used to be $10, maybe. If you went a little fancy at Taco Bell and got a little extra like a Nacho Bel Grande, then yes, $15. No, yeah. I'm not talking about Taco Bell. Now it's 20, maybe $30 just to get one thing, like if you get a burger and fries or something like that.
2 people, yeah. I took my grandsons to Wendy's a few months back. It was like over $40 for 3 of us. And I'm going, I could have went over to that restaurant, paid another $8 and had a good meal for all 3 of us.
I know. It's getting ridiculous. And then, like I said, making a home is nice. I like it because you taste better. You have your real food, but sometimes it's just a pain in the butt. You're like, okay, I don't want to do it. And then it's worse for you because you don't have someone helping you clean up.
Yeah, I'm on my own on everything, man. From the bills to keeping stuff cleaned up, fixing stuff, taking care of Mr. Jacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think things will switch around. I mean,
well, they will. They're going to get better. Part of the thing too is going to bring up on that Hebrew stuff with the body. Your lifestyle, your mental attitude also dictates the health of your body through those electromagnetic points on your body.
Does that mean when you say that you're tired or that you're sick, you're doing that to yourself?
You're making yourself, like when I would get demotivated, which a lot of my problems actually, what happened, I became too demotivated. Not that I didn't have enough work, I just got demotivated. And then I ended up hurting myself. But I had a lot to overcome. But still, I should have kicked myself in the butt more. I should have prayed more. I should have more callus on my knees. Seriously.
I know. I feel
but it's, and then the ecclesia, nobody ever reached out to me. Never.
And that's a little gut punch because of the time that you invested and then that you felt that you connected.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I wasn't that connected to any of them.
That's what I was saying, Steve, that possibly, if you're feeling it, it's the damn it, stop moving. Or darn it, stop moving. Because
I'm
you're
just sitting
blurry
here.
again. Sonny, I can't see you. I gotta get my glasses going. Oh
That help?
no, not this time. Oh, there we go.
I can't move.
Or if you do move very slowly. Yeah, it's
$70 camera.
fuck.
It does not work.
But it's made in China.
Oh, I know. Look, I move my face, my lips, and my jaw, and it goes out. It goes blurry again. Okay, well, this one will be more sane. This is probably one of our most sanest ones we've done yet.
Well, some of it I gotta start cutting this up too. Of doing the 20-second or 30 seconds on the TikTok. We can't do it on InstaFace, but those are the ones where you get the short attention spanners. But that's another thing is I gotta do the one thing I hate doing, watermark. Because if we don't watermark things, people will steal your shit, and then you'll never get credit for the work that you did.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's sad that we have to get that way because I hate watermark. Because then you sit there and you're like, it's like Austin Powers, mole, moly, 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 mole, mole, and you're sitting there staring at the
Oh,
mole instead of
yeah.
the screen. You're sitting there staring
I'm
at the
talking
watermark.
to the guy or that lady. Mole. Mole.
Don't say mole, moly, moly.
Are you talking to somebody that got a freaking big giant white zit on their nose? You're going, you want to go zit, zit.
Pop it, pop it. No, you're right. But it's like I said, it's just annoying to me because you just watch it and you sit there staring at that thing instead of doing the information. Then I get to start getting distracted and it's like, okay, no longer listen to it. Sometimes I want to watch interviews. I don't watch the interview. I just listen to it. That's
Right,
why
right.
that's why I like to have the longer ones so I can go up and go water and everything instead of 5 minutes or 2 minutes. I got to turn back and go hit play on the next one or
Yeah.
some things you have to watch. You know what I mean? We'll get there to where we'll actually do our video
Well, when you
presentation.
come out here again, hopefully I'll be set and you can show me how to do that stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing I have to learn, Steve. How to do two cameras for you, so where you could do this one and then you could do the other one with sitting.
Oh
next
yeah, where I can show like they do on Parable in a Vineyard, or they'll do on the God Culture. They'll show they're talking and you see the scripture over there and they're highlighting it and hitting it with the arrow.
Mhm.
You can see it, or you just switch all the way over to that completely.
I guess we could do that as your screen and then have you on the app because that's what Rick used to do. He used to have the app up and then you could highlight it. Because what I was actually thinking was just actually I was going old fashioned because I love old fashioned where you have the camera and the Bible sitting there where you could show your finger and then you can whip up a different version and go.
Oh
right
yeah,
right
where you can
underneath.
then take a little pointer and then while you're reading something, you point it out or you have it highlighted in the word already.
Or compare. Say, hey guys, here's
Yeah.
the 1700, and then here's the version from now. This is what they took out, and then you could go off of kind of like a presentation.
Or you can have three of them. They have another Bible out now where they just went straight off the Hebrew and didn't go to the Greek. And it reads way more intense,
That's the problem.
much more detailed than the Greek. The Greeks, when they went to Greek, they messed some crap up.
Have you seen the Greek culture, dude? It's quite messed up if you really start looking into it. The whole sexual things and
Oh yeah, they had 10 gods. Oh, we might forget one, so let's do one to the unknown God. Because this is the deal. The name Yeshua, you pronounce it that way. You say Yehoshua. You pronounce it that way in Hebrew. But what you do when you transliterate, you arrange the letters in your language to sound the same way. They didn't transliterate Yeshua. They just went straight to Isus. And then now it's Jesus. And I hate to say this, but that's not his name. His name is, you can say Yeshua or Yehoshua. That's his name, not Jesus. That is not the name of our Savior. But more and more people, as we move along, need to understand that. Right now, Yahuwah winks upon that because he knows who we're talking about. But still, says call on his name and they should be saved. Well, you got to know the right name to call on to be saved. You see what I mean? Eventually, we're going to be held accountable to that. Eventually. I think right now, I don't, this is me. I think there's some grace in there because our God, Yahuwah, is a graceful Father. He is graceful. You know, he has a lot of compassion for us. So
I think he understands the situation that we're in.
right.
The wool that's been over our eyes, you know, all that stuff that's gone through right now, because some of it is, you know, he knows that we've been, you know, his Bible's been canonized.
Yeah, it's been adulterated. The word has, we're missing a crap load of books that were in there till 1875. The Book of Jubilees was in there too. That's actually the 6th book to the Torah. Well, actually, you want to get down to the nitty gritty, and biblically, the only place that says you must be a husband of one wife if you wish to hold the office of elder or the deacon. Because back in those days, they had more than one wife. How did you commit it? You're married to both of them, so you're not committing adultery. If you would, oh, I could hear this comments on this right now.
Oh, I know. So could I.
Yeah, but you know, that's just speculation on my behalf. That's just, it's not biblical. It's just, I'm just saying that. You know,
you're right. I mean, we're allowed to our own opinions or what we've learned.
It's a possibility, but you're right. As you go along, you learn more and more. You get a better understanding of everything.
Well, here's a perfect example. Remember when you were younger? We thought Santa Claus existed.
Oh yeah,
look at us.
And the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy. Boy, Tooth Fairy is really scary. You don't want to meet the Tooth Fairy. You don't want to meet the real Santa Claus either.
Not from what I hear.
No, you don't. You really don't.
Yeah.
That's that we've taken holidays like that. And, you know, you think about it. Scripturally says if a man, you know, holds the day special, to let that be special to him. Even though December 25th is not his birthday, you know, the birth of Yeshua, we look at it as that day. And when we're celebrating it as just a celebration of the birth of Yeshua. We're not looking at like the tree is from the Druids, you know. We're not looking. Saint Nick is really means Satan, and all that stuff. We don't look at it that way. So it just makes you wonder over time, does it change it? But however, we do need to start observing the feast days. And we need to really discover what day the Sabbath's on, because our calendar has been changed like 14 times, because the Romans had an 8-day calendar. So what I've gathered so far, and it may not be right, I'm still looking, is the first full moon is the beginning of the month, and you count down from there. All the months come up to 31 days in them. Okay, so you can count out to every 7th day, which is not going to always fall on Saturday or whatever, because our calendar is so screwed up. And then the beginning of the year actually is in the spring, when you harvest the barley. When the barley can be harvested, that is the first day of the year. See how that works? I'll go look in Jubilees and read it like crazy, but it's all Jubilees lays all that out.
Yeah, a lot of people were talking about the 28 days and 13.
Yeah, I think it's the 31-day month, and it's when you see the full moon, the first full moon is the first day of the month. That's what they've been going by. But let me research that more because it may not be. But we're trying though, and Yahuwah realizes that we're trying to seek and he will lead us to the truth. Because he said that the Gentiles shall seek my name, they shall find my name, and they shall love my name. Which pretty well sure we have.
Yeah, this is the ceiling. They had tall ass ceilings. Yeah, I'm trying to...
that building. A lot of these buildings, look at that doorway.
I know.
A lot of these buildings were built way, way, way before. How did they build Washington, D.C. when the new government was so broke? And why would they build them in Roman style buildings? Doesn't make sense, because those same style buildings are all over the world.
No, it doesn't make any sense. But see, this is the archway that they have for the that goes right into the Tartaria. It says Trans Mississippi International Expedition is what it was called. And they have like little exhibit or little setups for different areas.
Where this is at. So on the map, this is where it was at.
A lot of those buildings would have stayed fine if they would have left them alone.
Yeah, and she was telling me it was temporarily made, or the sign right over here.
North of Dodge.
Well, you got to think about it. Why would they spend so much time and money temporary buildings like that? Yeah. You realize the manpower that would take to build that?
You're right. I mean, I have the 360 thing right here. I told her that, and she's like, "Well, it was made of plaster." Let's see if it shows the placard right over here. It's right there. That's some of the stuff that came from it. I would love to touch it. That's what I said. Some of the stuff I'd love to touch and not, because our shit now is literally it's styrofoam. That's why I'm trying to find that 360 photo from that camera right there, Steve. Because I could pause. I could, what I could do is I can move the camera around and look at it. But this is.
Well, you think of the ridiculousness of it.
Right there.
The manpower, the money. That's more than 2 years even building temporary buildings.
No, you're right. I mean, you're right. Just look at all that, and then right here it says this is nowadays people putting this out saying construction and Marvel. Temporary wooden structure, wooden framed exhibit structure. We built a cover with the staff, a mixture between plaster, cement, and hemp fiber. Hemp fiber is one of the strongest things. That's why they quit doing it.
Well, they mix that in with concrete, and it becomes forever and forever strong.
Yep. That's why and then, you'll see it here on my left side. I'll see if I can play it, Steve, and it'll show the temporary thing. Or
right. And why on earth would they spend that kind of money doing that?
I know. Oh, just to show off the time. I mean, and then
all the major cities did that. I mean, the manpower that takes.
I know. I mean, look how big this is. This is city blocks long.
Yeah, no,
look at the whole structure. That's what they had it all as.
Yeah, that's those. Some might be temporary. Most of those are real buildings.
I agree.
They tore them down. They're trying to hide part of our history.
I agree. And there was a woman that came in here from Creighton, a young girl, and here at the middle of this video, and mom goes, these are temporary. I go, no, they're not. It's just like the one that happened in Chicago, and then the one that happened in New York.
And and there's still some of them standing in San Francisco.
That's what she asked us. She says, "Is some of those still standing?" I said, "Yeah." I just couldn't think of it, at that time. Think of what was happening.
They're all over. They're still standing. A lot of our Capitol buildings. They're already here. We didn't build that.
Oh yeah, why are those Capitol buildings Greek or orientated?
Right. Why? Roman and Greek.
But yeah, this is the one part. They have other stuff out here like a stagecoach and other stuff, Steve. They mix around, but yeah, I mean, I just thought this stuff was quite interesting. We're doing the Griswold type of this. I need to turn the camera down, but we're doing the Griswold type of viewing. Remember how they did that at the museum?
Mm-hmm.
Where they did the what was it? The museum in France. Anyways, they just went one picture. It was kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, Mom and I are reading it out here. I don't think it is a temporary structure. Her and I were having to discuss them, but I don't know if we still are. Oh yeah, and they have an exhibit back there mooing. Oh, and even the wood, like that wood right here, the wood banister.
Oh crap! I forgot to go on the other side of this.
They don't have the wood banister like that anymore, Steve.
No.
I mean, this will be a museum you'd be interested in looking at, with all the old stuff. You and I could stay in there for a while. But yeah, I mean, I'd even like to go to Colorado and see the museum stuff there. But this used to be an old train station. And I believe my grandpa went through it when he fought in World War II, went through there to go to the Pacific.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, the whole structure that they had is quite interesting of how it's laid out. And I did send you the pictures of the temporary, where they said it was temporary structure.
Now, yeah, I have seen some where they tear them down and they are wood. But if the other ones were fake, why are they still standing today?
You're right.
These are actual buildings.
I don't know. I don't get it.
And then how did somebody coming over in a wagon train in Salt Lake City build that massive building, what they call their temple? And then in the late 1800s, they excavated around it and a whole floor was buried in dirt from a mud flood.
You mean from the second story?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You see what that is?
Yep. That's the Sphinx.
Yeah, you ever see it like that? It looks like a monkey?
Nope.
Because that was one of
He
the
arranged it. And
one of the pictures that they had there. One of these guys from our place here just took a random picture of it, and that's what it looks like.
doesn't look like that now, does it?
No, I mean, here's the 1920 or 1919.
Yeah. If you get other pictures from that time, there's ruins everywhere.
Oh.
And there's another giant mound. They think there's another Sphinx under that mound to the right of it. They just left it buried.
You know,
It looks like a monkey to me. It didn't look like the regular picture.
this was Emo, died in 1912 on the Titanic, is where this man died.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, that's why I took a picture of it. Then I looked at it after I did that. I said, wait a second. I don't remember the Sphinx literally because the monkey have a lip that
It didn't have that big of a like a muzzle coming out.
I didn't want to get in a full tangent, but yeah, I mean, I think I'll send that to you, and we need to blow that up and look at it more because that was quite interesting that I saw there. And like I said, the next time we'll go through, I'll take some of my time and make sure things focus and we could see it. But yeah, I think you'd be interested in that. And then same thing with the electric car.
Oh yeah. Also too, my other camera's got all those pictures in it. The
Mhm.
one that I took of the Bigfoots. I just wonder, but Jack's broke the screen on it. And I don't know if I remember the passcode. I wonder if they can somehow fire it up and get the pictures out of it.
Yeah, there's people that do that. As long as it didn't hit the hard drive or the memory, yeah, they can get the pictures out of it. That one, the Bigfoot, the orbs in your house. I forgot what. The cloud where that guy was standing in the cloud.
Oh yeah, that was that video. I forgot about that. There was like a whole terrace and a bunch of beans or whatever. They looked like heavenly beings that were looking down. And then you look up to the right and it had that big A that it made.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, like I said, as long as his teeth did not penetrate that, I've seen videos of people at a repair shop, plugging that in, you know, getting that information out of it, and either transferring it on a thumb drive or other thing, and giving it
Wonder
back.
where I can take it to do that at. Just find a
Computer repair, and then ask them if they could.
because I tried to plug it into my computer and I couldn't get it to work.
They have a special program that, you know, they could take it off of. Basically, they bought the computer from the techs that disappeared. You know, no, it's not just you, Steve. It is also Verizon. I tried to take my Verizon phone in because I had problems with it. There's no text there anymore. What it was the SD card that needed to be
Well,
changed.
they want you to throw the phone away and get another phone. Oh, we'll make you a great deal on a new phone.
$2,000 for this one. It's like, are you fucking nuts?
No, I'm going to buy the one from Elon Musk when it comes out shortly. $350.
Oh, I'd like to. I just want to know how the biggest thing to me is camera and memory.
Well,
Yeah,
it'll
stuff
be
like that.
if Elon and them built it, you know it's going to be superior to what we have.
And we'll see you after the inauguration. It happens at 10 o'clock your time.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it because all hell's going to break loose.
Oh, I know. I'm
Sits
trying
down
to.
at that desk, starts signing all those executive orders. People are going to be freaking out. We still have Suicide Weekend coming up.
Oh, I forgot about Suicide Weekend. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely correct. And it's going to happen because they're panicking. They're all lashing out at us because we're the lowest totem pole.
Did you
They
see
think-
Shift when he was questioning Bondi?
No.
The look on his face. He knew he was cooked. He is done.
I want to talk to
He had people and they were going to expose him on something else. So he was related to a helicopter accident where 3 people were killed in. You know,
Oh, the Apache? Or because Apaches,
something that was related to him at his hotel.
Apaches are dropping out of the sky now, if you didn't know that.
Oh, well, you got DEI people in the military now. I'm telling you,
I don't.
they're everywhere.
Yeah.
That's why you have all these airliners are blowing tires and losing motors and blowing hatches off. And I really, no, you don't ever fly United until they get rid of that freak out of there for a CEO. He's a freak. We got to find a video of him dancing around like some weirdo in a overgrown baby onesie.
No, I thought you were talking about the other. There's another.
CEO. I was talking about the CEO of United Airlines.
Yeah, there was another one that was doing some sort of or calling us out too, and then doing some gay thing or baby thing or diaper thing or something stupid.
Yeah.
There's more than one doing that, but I know we'll get it out there or
Those-
get it.
Yeah, those days are coming to an end.
Yeah.
But there's so much information out there right now. There's so much stuff to talk about.